Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. Let me first start off by saying go Bears, because you taught us it. Let me thank you for your work in the Rio Grande. Their data has been phenomenal lately. I don't know when you worked there, but they've turned around their ship and are doing phenomenal there based on where they've come from and the data. So thank you for your service there. On the August 10th, 2022, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. During the August 10th, 2022 Town Hall meeting, Mr. McKee, you stated that you and JG Consultants were here to help the community develop our profile of our next superintendent. I want to talk about the educators and the work that they do here and the extra duties as assigned, the school bus drivers that do the extra duties as assigned, the maintenance workers that do the extra duties as assigned, the individuals that come here during the Town Hall meeting and set up extra duties as assigned. Consultant James Guerr ended the August 9th, 2022 meeting 12 minutes early. Consultant Michael Hinojosa arrived 8 minutes late to the August 16th, 2022 meeting, and then Mr. Hinojosa ended the August 16th, 2022 meeting 11 minutes early, for a total of 31 minutes owed back to our community to have our voices heard. My concern is that the individuals who you're here to represent, I started off each presentation when I came here stating that 85% of our community is socially, economically disadvantaged. They work 2 and 3 jobs, take public transportation to get here. Just to get from the administration building to here is 4 miles, so it takes at least 1 to 2 buses, well over an hour. If they're working 2 to 3 jobs, they have difficulties coming to this place and having their voice heard. During the August 24th, 2021 school board meeting, the Director of Risk Management, Katina Gordon, stated that when discussing COVID-19 protocols and parents calling in those COVID-19 cases, she stated that our parents don't like technology and they don't have technology. So I say all that to say that if you all are here to represent our community, you owe us 31 minutes. We're not getting a return on our investment. If you're walking through the door with the idea of getting us out of here early, or you're paid to do 1 job and you're not even doing that 1 job while our teachers are doing other jobs as expected, I'm concerned about that. Because is that the type of leader that you're going to pick for our superintendent? Is that the type of leader that you're going to pick for these teachers and the educators? So very concerned about that, and I am watching, just like this gentleman talked about our tax rates. I'm watching you all because y'all are setting the bar. First impressions are everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Distinct qualities, etc., in your next candidate that you would like to see.
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. I want to also say thank you all. Great job on adding that additional town hall meeting on Saturday after listening. So I know you all heard me, so you added an additional town hall meeting, the 5th one, on Saturday from 1 to 2. So thank you for that, for the parents who are working during the week and can't make any of these meetings. But some of the things that I would like our new superintendent, he or she, to be able to do is to do a better job of serving the 85% socially, economically disadvantaged. Our current superintendent, H.G. Chambers, does a great job of appeasing to the 15%, but not such a great job of appeasing to the 85%. So I'd like the next superintendent to do a better job of recognizing the needs and the challenges of the 85% socially, economically disadvantaged, especially because those are the individuals that are paying the salaries. When you have socially, economically disadvantaged, you all know you get additional funds for those students and those families. When you have special ed students, you get additional funds for those students. So to be receiving additional funds for that populace and not attributing resources to that populace concerns me. So I would like to see the next superintendent do a better job of appeasing and working with the 85% socially, economically disadvantaged and special ed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That is important, the 85%. That's a number.
What characteristics, traits, experiences would help the new superintendent have the best chance of moving your school system forward?
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. For me, I think the next superintendent should be more transparent with information and data. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. During the school board meetings, let's say they're talking about parent survey. They'll say, oh, we received a whole bunch of responses from the parents. There were over 200 responses from the parents. That sounds good, but being a math teacher, right, what's that denominator? 200 over 4,600 parents is only 0.0043%. That's not good at all. That means that you're not getting out to the parents and having their voices heard. So our current superintendent does a good job of the glows, but I don't want you picking and choosing what information comes to me. Give it all to me and let me determine what's good and what's bad, or what I want to know, or what I don't want to know. So the next superintendent, I would hope that they would be more transparent in giving the information that we so desire. I don't, we get the COVID-19 updates, and if your child goes to Taylor, you won't get the updates from ELSIC. But my child travels to the CTE center with the ELSIC students. My child travels to the CTE center with the Hastings students. So why am I not getting that update? Because you don't want to ring any alarm. But at the end of the day, my child's been exposed and has been in other schools, and you're not sharing that information. So just being more transparent with the information. I don't know if you like Sprite, you worry about your image, but you can't do that when you're a public servant. You have to be transparent with any and all information. So that's what I would like to see.
Okay, thank you.
And I just want to give the full comment as it appeared earlier. As an Alief parent, I would like that offense.
And I say school system because it's not just about any one school, right? It's about serving all the students here in Alief, every community within the school system. Sir,
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. We're in a safe space, right?
absolutely.
Okay, so Alief ISD has 100,000 registered voters here. Only 10% vote in local elections, right? As you can see, the participation here in the audience is kind of low, not kind of, it is very low. I don't know what the data looks like online, but I'm assuming it's even worse, right? So I'm saying that to say that the individuals that represent the least are determining the decisions in the direction of the district for those whom aren't getting their voices heard. I'm gonna just be transparent. You were here when ELSIC first opened. I was here in the 80s. I was one of 3 African-American families here in the district. It was predominantly white. All white was considered all white. That was the nickname that they was given to us. So I'm saying that to say that the 10% and the 15% are driving the district. And those are generally the individuals who do not have children in our district. There are individuals that normally have been here since the age of you and I, may not necessarily look like me, may not necessarily live in my communities, and may live in the Shadow Creeks, et cetera, et cetera. So I think our next superintendent has to do a better job reaching the audience and getting the participation from the individuals whom these decisions are affecting the most, and not doing such a great job of interacting with the individuals whom their decisions only affect their tax rates. So I would like to see that change. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
To piggyback off of what he was saying.
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. I want to thank you all for standing up here and taking all this barrage from the community and myself. And I think more of these type of conversations need to happen. I mean, we do diagnoses as an educator, right? You don't wait till the end of the year to assess your kids. So I think if Alief had more of these safe spaces where we could have our voices heard, like I said, they do a great job. If you agree with the things that they're doing, they'll bring you in and have you sitting on all type of committees and put you in the newspaper, et cetera, et cetera. But if you don't agree with them at all, and if you have some concerns, they don't do such a great job of sharing those stories. The way I became an educator in Alief, when the superintendent chambers first got here in 2010, I was active in the community. And so I was sought after. I sat on several committees for 3 years with school board trustee Tiffany Thomas, who went on to become city councilwoman Tiffany Thomas, and then Natasha Butler, community member Natasha Butler, who went on to become school board trustee, Natasha Butler as well. So we were sought after when HD first got here because our voice was big and we were advocates for our community. But somehow between the transition of finding out the truth or speaking about additional ways to do things or different ways to do things, Damon Barone became public enemy #1. So I think we need to do, the next superintendent, we need to have more forums like this, more opportunities for you to hear the concerns, and don't be disgusted by it. If I didn't love Alief, I wouldn't have my children in the district. If I didn't love Alief, I wouldn't be here at 12 p.m. I wouldn't have made all the town hall meetings. My family wouldn't be teaching in the district. I wouldn't have taught in the district. I could take my tax money someplace else, but I'm here fighting for the community. So clearly, there must be a reason that's keeping me here. And just thinking that because I don't agree with certain things or because I have a big voice that I shouldn't be heard, that concerns me. And that's why many people probably are not here, because they're concerned about retaliation, they're concerned about repercussions, and that's not a noble way of running our district. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, we definitely are safe. Would you like my lapel mic?
We almost done it. So Damon Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. And to piggyback on that, if you go to the school board meetings and then you notice the new hires, what I've noticed is that many of the teachers and the administrators that are being hired, they go off the Fort Penn, they go off the HISD, they go off the Cypher, and then they come back, and then you're sitting in the school board meeting and they're gloating on how great they are, and this, that, and the third. Well, if they were so great, why'd you let them leave Alief to begin with? How did they get away? Why do they have to go to another district to get promoted and then come back and do the work here in Alief where they originally started? So that goes to that retention process again. Thank you.
Thank you. For our audience, I'm going to say this before he speaks, though.
No Bears?
No, go Rams.
Greetings, Damon Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. I just wanted to thank you all for your hard work and efforts going forward. I'm excited about the change and the possibilities of what's to come. Again, I don't want to walk away from here thinking that I'm an angry parent, angry taxpayer. Just have a lot of concerns. More so the fact that I haven't been able to openly express those concerns. And so now this has been a perfect opportunity, because now the district is forced to listen to my voice. So just looking forward to change, looking forward to the future, very excited, and thank you all for your work and due diligence, and thank you for listening.
Appreciate you being here. Otherwise, people online won't hear us. I apologize.
I was trying to save y'all from my presence, but Damon Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. Wanted to mention that the town hall meeting on Saturday is at the administration building, not here. So that's one caveat. And then you dropped some information, some data, and I had to ask, why do they have to wait for 21 days?
That's a state law. That's the state of Texas dictates that for any superintendent that's hired within our state.
Right, like what are they looking for? Like, are they doing background checks or something?
No, it's just time for either, the school district or the candidate to back out, or if there was something last minute, we try to do our job as far as filtering information and making sure we are 110% candid with your school board regarding the background information of any candidate that's presented. So that's just
It's a state
a
law.
provision.
It's a state law.
It's in place.
Yeah, the nerd in me wouldn't just let me accept that information without me.
It's
It's very false, because things can happen. 21 days is a long time for some, and things happen, things change, but for the most part.